Hello guys and welcome back to ZPR Zanu Project Rethink. My name is Franck Zanu and I have my friend Jordan Dubreil in the studio again to continue with some very important discussions, especially to do with Jordan's background. Jordan is roots is Haiti. He's very, very proud of the country. And so he has some questions and he thinks we should bring some clarity to. So without further ado, Jordan, welcome to the studio. And good to see you, bro.
Yes, Frank.
Yes. So, yeah, let's go right to it.
Yes. So this, again, is more like a conversation.
Yeah.
And I just want your thoughts. It's not really argumentative. It's more like your thoughts and you can expound on these, right? So maybe like 4 points, right?
Yeah.
So I do want to focus on one of the biggest things that we have in the black community worldwide is, they like to say that we play like victim. We like to play the victim, right?
Yeah.
And as someone that's into like patterns and like that likes to notice patterns, I've noticed that in cultures that develop, the diaspora, the people who represent that culture, they generally tend to have like a very forward-thinking mentality, right? Mm-hmm. So for example, when you go on social media, you see like the Japanese, the Chinese, it's always something innovative that they're doing on the screen. It's never, unless you like read books about those countries, you don't really know their history just by looking at it through social media. It's always something forward, right?
That's right.
But unfortunately for my community, the Haitian community, I feel like, we're more backwards. Mm-hmm. I feel like when I'm on social media or when I talk to my people, 90% of the time they're still talking about the French Revolution. And I feel like when you talk about development, it's either like, it's not, people talk about development, but I feel like one, they're gonna say, hey, you know what? We can't do this because these powers are not letting us do it, mm-hmm. right? And on top of that, there's this thing about, we don't wanna sell out our country to certain people to do these developments. So I wanna ask you a question, like, do you think that, do you think that Haitians focusing so much on the French Revolution and the history of it, do you think that hinders their progress to move forward?
Oh.
And I'm proud of the revolution, but at the same time, when I talk to my people, I don't want that to be the topic every single time. Okay. I want us to,
It's an interesting question, mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say that is what hindered them. No, not at all. You see, when you have something going for you, right? When you have something going for you and you can see it, then your whole brain is focused on that thing. So automatically, what is not important just goes into another compartment. But if you don't have anything in front of you that can consume your brain, where you invest your potentials, your talent and skills to say, whoa, I can build this forward, then of course you have to look and rely on old glory, we call it. Mm-hmm. You understand? So what is happening to the Haitians, why they constantly, when you encounter them, is to talk about the revolution, is because, like you said yourself, there is nothing in front of them that can consume their whole attention and make them forget about the revolution. In fact, they will be maybe shy of talking about the revolution, because what is the accomplishment there? What is the accomplishment, really? That, yes, we fought against the French, and they left and went home, therefore that is an accomplishment? It's not an accomplishment in any shape or form. An accomplishment is the aftermath, what you did with the freedom you got for your people, that any child born way after the revolution. Okay, do you know that every single individual that was alive for the revolution, not a single one of them is alive today on earth?
Right.
Haiti has been recycled about 3 times already. So the people who are talking about the revolution had nothing at all with that revolution. They don't even know how it looked like, what they meant by we fought the French. The French had them, trained them with their own army to use them to fend off other people in case they want to take Haiti away from the French. That's why they train you as an army. And you think that de Gaulle's army, France, Napoleon's army, is weak enough to say, we deploy the entire Haiti right now as it stands, we know. It will only take 120 Navy SEALs to take over the whole country. Here was your president and his wife sleeping in bed. And foreigners who don't even know the island were able to go past every security guard, get into the bedroom, shot him in the chest. And you believe that you went into fair warfare with the French. It's a one-sided history. But let's accept they defeated France and they went away. What is the accomplishment there at all to talk about? It's been 200 years. Do you know what that means? 200 years. How old is the United States? Trump just celebrated the 250th birthday. So we're talking 50 years old only.
Okay. Difference?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
And you're saying that, the revolution. No. It is what you did with it. It's what your children today will be talking about. Every time a Haitian goes out, people know you by, this is what, we get from Haitians. Not the revolution, that you can't even see a vestige of it. You have a museum even to teach kids. So yeah, you're right. But it's not holding them down. So whether they speak about the revolution or not, they will still be the Haiti you see today.
Okay, so it's not just about them living in the past, there's more to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if there's something inside them that would come out naturally in terms of skills and talent, innovation, inventions that they can do for their environment, that will consume their brain. Right. Yeah.
And then let me talk to you about corruption too, right? Because I've noticed that Haiti, Africa, Caribbean, people love to say corruption, but I've always said that it's not really good to talk in general terms. You have to know exactly where the corruption is, and you have to just know what it is, right? Do you think, like, when Haitians say that Haiti is corrupted, right? Do they act like, and this is coming from a person that wants Haiti to develop, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Haitians, when they say Haiti is corrupted, they're saying it because they were just taught that, or do they actually know how corruption works in Haiti? Like, for example, right? When I look at certain corruption scandals that happen in Haiti, right? I know about things like there are certain specific corruptions, like where I forgot the term, but when they do contracts, right, and they're paying each other off instead of doing kickbacks, right? I've noticed that some Haitians, like, they repeat things that they've been taught, but they don't actually know what some of these terms mean. So, for example, right, if you get hired to fight corruption, right, just because you know what corruption is doesn't mean that they're going to hire you. You have to actually have accounting skills, analytical skills. You have to actually know the actual crime being committed for that corruption.
That's correct.
And one of the issues that I have with my culture is that I don't think they actually know the specifics of the corruption. They just say corruption because they heard their mother and their grandparents.
You have very interesting ways of looking at things.
No, so, because as someone who's in data science, one thing that I've learned is that you have to be able to tell a story. You can't just say, hey, a general term and then boom, just like that, and
You're
just
very,
like that.
very, very, very right.
You have to
I
get
did
into
an episode with two students from Nigeria, one Ghanaian, one Nigerian. And I knew they were going to say, our countries are the way they are because our leaders are corrupt. And I scream out loud and say, no African politician is corrupt. Number two, no Caribbean politician is corrupt. Why don't you just simply call them thieves? If somebody took something that doesn't belong to him or her, he's a thief or she's a thief. So where did you coin the word corrupt? And what does corrupt means anyway? So I concluded that the way the countries were given to you, it is inevitable that your politicians will be corrupted.
Right.
They are not corrupt. They are corrupted by the system they have inherited. Do you know something they used to say in West Africa? When people are working in West Africa and they start to steal things from the workplace, and you kind of chastise them, you know the response they give you? Is it your father's property? Because they believe that they're not taking it from a fellow African, they are taking it from the colonial. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Haiti still sees Haiti as a colonial state that was built by French people. So it started from when the colonials were there. Any way you can find to take something, you believe that you are stealing from the colonial. Because it's not your country. They brought you there by force. They are using your labor by force. So if you have the chance and you can steal, okay, how we say it to stifle the system, it makes you heroic. Yeah. So they think that they are stealing from the white man.
I mean, that's what Papa Doc kind of brainwashed them to believe too.
That's correct.
Yeah, he was a pro-black guy, but in reality he was
This continued and continued and continued. What you've just described is across Africa.
Yeah.
So I am saying to Africans, stop saying that corruption is what has underdeveloped your states. And stop saying corruption is because politicians are just wicked, they don't care. No, look into it, like the
Right.
questions you're asking. But why would an African be given money to build systems to feed his own Africans, and then you pocket the money and let them die?
Yeah.
It's because he doesn't see a country. He doesn't. Because if he was a Yoruba with a Yoruba tribe, and he was the Minister of Finance or Industry, and they gave him that money, even if he has to add his own pocket money to make sure the project is complete so he can get some accolade, he will do so. He won't put it in his pocket. That is because he is working with a tribe that belongs to him. But when you brought them all together, Igbos, Hausas, Chekiris, Calabar, Yoruba, now whose country is it?
We don't know.
We don't know. So why would he be so passionate to use the money you give him to do anything for his people? I asked you earlier on, who are Haitians?
From various part of Africa.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The only thing they have in common is skin color.
Skin color.
That's right. So when a Haitian is given any authority, whom do you think he's working for? That would be asking a white American. He will want to do the best for his people. He recognizes his people.
But since Haitians don't have tribes anymore, like when you say who they're working for, like who would a corrupt Haitian be working for in today's world where there's no tribe? Is it their their family, but or the people that they're close with?
What makes a tribe? The fact that you lost your language doesn't mean that in the DNA you don't belong to a Yoruba tribe. Why do you swipe 500 years and they still know where you came from? You see? You go to swipe and they can tell you exactly where you came from. So that doesn't mean because you're not speaking the language, it's not in your DNA and in your psyche. It is. You knew how you came to the island. This is not my country.
Right.
Are you asking me to build a country? I don't know how to build a country. If I knew, I wouldn't corrupt with the money. I would have built it. Every human being wants to do something that can bring, what is it called, honor and accolade to him. It's just a natural feeling that you want to do something to get honor and accolade.
Yeah.
So why would, just ask yourself this one question. Across the board, if you go to every African country, the first question that everybody will say, oh, our leaders are corrupt. You go to the Caribbean. In fact, funny thing, even among elected officials in America who are black, mayors,
Yeah.
They're corrupt.
There's one right now, one in Dalton, Illinois. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
Henan.
Oh, her, yeah.
Yeah. He nicknamed herself the super mayor, right? That's correct. They kick her out.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she stole money. Yeah. And that has happened so many times among black mayors across this country. Even organization owners who start non-profits to say, we want to help our people, black people. Black Lives Matter is one of them. Thieves, all of them. They bought houses, and it was the shortest lifespan of any NGO. It died. They didn't do anything for their people because they are not seeing their people, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You think that because you don't speak your language and you're speaking English, therefore the tribe is gone. It's not gone.
Okay, yeah. So we're still acting.
That's correct.
We don't know, but we still have the DNA.
That's correct.
Tribe. Okay. So then let me ask you this now, right? One of the most popular phrases that Haitians like to say is, leave Haiti alone, right? But at the same time, we're trying to develop Haiti, right? Is that a contradiction? Like, can Haiti, like when they say leave Haiti alone, right? But doesn't Haiti have to actually get involved with everyone else to develop in the future? Like, look at the Dominican Republic, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess that's the best thing because we're on the same island, right? What did they do, right? Because I believe a few years ago, not a few years ago, but back in the 60s or 50s, they say that Haiti had a bigger GDP than DR back then. Mm-hmm. But then something happened where Haiti went backwards and then DR went up, and now the two countries are unrecognizable. Mm-hmm. But at one point, they were the same in their history. So what did the Dominican Republic do correctly? Because I feel like in Haitian culture, we want to do the from what I'm seeing. It's like, we're not going to take the same path as the Dominicans. We feel like some of them have sold out their country for tourism. But at the same time, like I was telling you earlier, our people are still fleeing our country to go to their country.
Okay, there is something.
So
I've been to the DR.
yeah. So what did they do that we probably should learn from them? I mean, me saying that, I'm probably offended a lot of people.
Look,
You know,
at this point, I have come to see one thing. One thing that is holding us back, if at all there's a possibility of us to go any forward, is that we are one sensitive culture that never allows for criticism. And you will know that Greece would change because all the thinkers, none of them was very friendly. Every book they wrote was a severe criticism of the Greek culture. Europe happened to give birth to more philosophers than any part of the world. And no wonder it became also the fastest industrialized environment, okay? But they had Karl Marx, they had Friedrich Nietzsche, all of them criticized their own culture. But the people accepted it and learned from it. But you got to understand that intellectual ability to understand what it means, the benefits of criticism, it's not just a given to everybody. So, you said, what did DR do different? They didn't do anything different. They were, now, this is my speculation, and no one should hold me and say, you said this.
Okay.
I like to look at things and apply my critical thinking to it.
Yes.
Spanish people, right? They are like Arabs.
Okay.
When they colonize any environment, they're not puritanic. They would like to co-produce with the locals.
Oh, like mix.
That's correct.
Portuguese too, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
But Portuguese don't colonize very often because they are more traders.
Okay.
So they will drop a seed here and there.
Yeah.
Okay? Just so they have a name so they can have access to. The people who think they are puritanic are the English, German, and French.
Yes.
Okay? And the Dutch. When they colonize any place, especially Africa, okay, they think they are more pure, puritanic.
Yeah.
So they don't, you know,
We can't mix with them, yeah.
breed with,
Yeah.
okay? Look at the whole top of North Africa,
Yeah.
starting with Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, all the way to Egypt. Okay, who colonized that region? Middle East.
Okay.
Arabs.
Yeah.
Where are the black slave men that they brought to that area? All of them gone.
They're gone, yeah.
But they slept with the women 5 generations. If you look at the Moroccans, you will think they are Europeans, right? That is a mixed race, or a mixed breed, I would say.
Yeah.
Spanish colonized, the last we to remember, the DR area, okay? And because Spanish themselves are like party girls and boys, they don't have these spiritual and thing on the axis. So they sleep with the locals, and the locals agree to breed with them. The French colonized Haiti. That's the last one, right? So I don't think they touch many of the locals. So they let them still more, you say 70%, in their original state from where they were brought from Africa.
Right.
So should I leave it for you to conclude why now the two people are different?
I mean, for me...
No, I want to know if you understand the comparison.
No, I get what you're saying, but for me...
What did you think I said?
It sounds like you're saying that because the Dominicans are more mixed,
Yes.
they have a different style of thinking.
Yeah.
A different style of thinking was incorporated in their side of the island than the black side of the island.
Yes.
Okay.
You can go around and see the same thing in many different places where you see mixed people, group of people. Why do you think North Africa is more stable, a little bit economically developed, politically, than Sub-Sahara? We would leave Sub-Sahara and be slaves in North Africa, serving in their restaurants, cleaning their airports, but they are in Africa. Right?
Right, yeah. I mean, for me, I was thinking more like with the Dominican Republic, I felt like their country is not as rebellious as...
But why is it not?
You know, I think they made a decision. They said after...
No, that's too much credit. I have just given you 2 examples to examine, and then you make your conclusion. Why is North America, that mixed with the Arabs, and they almost look like Europeans, light skin and curly hair, stable economically, politically, more organized, more beautiful, than sub-Sahara of the 12 countries. Why? The same thing with the DR and Haiti.
Yeah. You know, for me overall, I view the DR as a country that decided, you know what?
Okay, so
we're gonna move forward.
What made them to make that decision and Haitians wouldn't make that decision when they are all slaves brought from Africa? Decide. How did they decide? They had a conference?
The thing is, they were both at one point in the same position.
No,
right? So,
I hear that thing all the time. It's bogus.
no, but Haiti did have a higher GDP in like the 40s.
High GDP sometimes is just numbers on a paper.
Okay.
You don't want to accept what I'm describing to you. So let me ask you. Okay, hold on.
I'm not really into racial. Like my thing is this, right? I like to view things as like people, one person. Okay.
Then, my friend, you have a problem. So let me ask you. Name one single place occupied by white people on Mother Earth, and it looks like Haiti.
I can't even say Eastern Europe. I can't because even that's more advanced. Even though they call that the third world.
That's correct.
Of Europe.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Let me tell the question this way, since you only deal with numbers and not. Name one place on Mother Earth occupied by black people, and that place looks like
Dubai.
Yes. Okay. Simple as that. That's the way I look at it. It has nothing to do with me, my friend. I didn't create myself black. I'm just describing what is. Yes, I'm just describing what I've seen. You said you've traveled. You're really, really very expansive in your knowledge about the world. And I simply said, show me a place on Mother Earth, the entire universe. And that place is occupied by Caucasians, and yet the country looks like Haiti. You said no, not even Eastern Europe. I agree with you. I've seen it all. And I said, then show me another place occupied by dark-skinned people, and the place looks like Dubai. You said none. So what more do you need? The Dominicans didn't sit down in a conference and say, hey guys, we are going to decide from today, this is how we're going to go. I just told you that I believe, and I've seen it also, that perhaps we should begin to think about it. Why is it that the places where always the invading force, if it's of a different color, if it happens to, it changes everything. So you don't think there's anything in the DNA. Okay, have you looked inside America and look at the mulattoes?
What, the Louisiana Creole? Well,
no, mulattoes. Colin Kaepernick is a mulatto.
Yeah, but they're so spread out, I don't even know what
No, I'm talking about the individual celebrities you've seen and their behaviors.
As mulattoes?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever noticed any.
How about Obama?
He's a mulatto, yeah.
That's
the
correct.
President.
Do you see his behavior looks like what?
See, but with mulattoes, it depends on where they were raised too, right? Some of them could be raised in the ghetto, some could be raised in a nice suburb.
Even the ones raised in the ghetto, I wish we had plenty of them.
Because aren't there mulatto hip hop artists?
Yeah, there are, yeah. Drake may be one of them.
Oh, well, Drake. I didn't mean Drake.
Yeah.
He was raised in Canada by his Jewish mother.
Okay.
That's what he was, right?
Yes. So what I'm
like Lotto from Atlanta. Isn't she mixed race?
Yes.
But
so the point I'm trying to make is, no. DR is not just something, the DR people came together and decided. When you say that decided, it looks to quite a credit given to people. I believe strongly that whoever co-bred with them to change the entire race is what is responsible for that.
So that means that that means that you also believe that the reason why South America has a higher, I guess, more stable than, let's say, Africa. You think that's also overall that's the reason? Like Colombia, Brazil.
Yeah, but do you need to look far? Just look inside and look at the people.
Okay. Because one of my things, I think with me, like with my people, Haitian people, it's the education, right? Like I want us to stop saying general terms and understand what we're saying. Yeah. So going back to corruption, right? We have to know all the levels of corruption, right? Because, for example, if I'm in a meeting with a Haitian that's saying, we're corrupted, right? And she and he can't tell me, okay, where's the corruption? And how is that corruption happening? Like, who's doing what to make this corrupted? How are we going to fix a problem that we don't even know the root?
I totally understand. That's why we have not been able to fight it.
Yeah.
Across Africa, every president would promise during his campaign, I will fight corruption. And then they would actually establish a commission to look into corruption.
Haiti did too, and that didn't work.
Okay, and then you ask yourself, yes. Okay. So you got a group of Haitians to say they are not corrupt and they can fight corruption, it's a damn stupid thing to do. But it's happening in Africa, and it has never stopped it. In 1979 in Ghana, a young soldier killed everybody who has ever been a president of the country. His name is J.J. Rawlings of Ghana. You may know him. He's a mulatto military guy. Mm-hmm. And that was his effort to clean corruption. He killed 8 top officials of the army and ex-presidents. The country, he died at the age of 70 something. He lived to see the country was worse corrupt than when he killed them. So what you're trying to say is, we are trying to fight something that we don't know what it is. Okay? So people are just simply talking about corruption means, oh, the government gave him money to build a road and he didn't build the road. But that is the problem itself. Government is not supposed to build a road. It's private sector. Okay? Government is not supposed to build schools. Government is not supposed to build water systems. But when you go to every African country, including the Caribbean, every day you're hearing the government is building this, the government is building this, the government build this. So why wouldn't the guy be corrupt? That even what the government is doing is corrupt already. Sleeping on the job is corrupt. Taking a company car and driving to your mother's funeral and not come to work and not it's corrupt. It's not taking money. It has never made a country poor. It has never. But nobody has ever thought they should have a discussion like this about this thing you are calling corruption. What is the root cause? Which would have stopped it if they come to understand. Yeah. I am telling you from what I have seen, because I have really studied it closely, is that no black country today where the people who live in it feel like they own a country. They don't. They are still tribally connected.
Okay.
So it's a big problem for us. We need to change everything. What you're saying is, let's go back and kill all the narrative and look deep inside us and see the conclusion we arrived at. Are they truly correct? Is what you're trying to say.
Because when you go on like the FBI website, right, and you look at jobs, right? They have a specific job for every type of potential corruption that is going on around the country.
Yeah.
And they want your skills for that potential corruption. They don't just say, hey, if you know what corruption is, you're hired. No.
That's correct.
If you know about kickbacks, we want you. If you know about fraud from like computers, from like cybersecurity, right? It's a specific term. We want a cybersecurity analyst for this type of fraud.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like for our community, we just say corruption. Very general.
I don't know.
But we have to know where it's coming from.
We don't have those types.
And Haiti did make, I believe, a anti-corrupt force. The numbers are horrible.
It can't. Okay, for example, what Doge did with the current administration, Doge.
Elon Musk. Yeah.
Right. You see, they were specific. Even when they said, hey, we saw this amount here, it was corrupt. They don't mean somebody wanted to steal money per se. So they really technically explain what it means, government waste and inefficiency.
Yes.
Okay? They even call waste and inefficiency corrupt. But what we are using, a term that somebody coined, I don't know who did it, and the whole Africa uses it, your country uses it, Jamaica uses it, Antigua, every black country uses the word corrupt. It tells you what you're saying is absolutely correct. We don't know what we're talking about. We are trying to find a boogeyman to explain why we are, quote, behind, which we are not. We are just who we are. Jordan?
So just one last point. So you say who we are. So looking in the future, you don't have no hope for who we are. It's like you don't think one day Nigeria, Ghana, Haiti, Jamaica could get out of there. You don't think there could be, because you don't think that one future leader is probably hearing you say something right now and saying, you know what, I'll challenge Frank, and when I become the leader of Jamaica, or Trinidad, or Guyana, or Haiti, I'm gonna do what like the Singaporean prime minister did years ago. I'm gonna know what corruption is. I'm gonna know what this is and that is, and I'm gonna fight all this stuff to make Jamaica a first world country.
Well, thank God I won't live in love to see that person really prove me wrong. But I know that I'll be dead, and somebody would say it. You or anybody who've come to this studio will write a book that said, Zanu said that this is the only solution for the black problem. And it's not the black people who are going to build their own countries, because they have no countries. You talk about Singapore, you're comparing apples and oranges. Haiti were a bunch of unwilling people taken from their own root, where they lost their language, they lost their history, they lost their culture, they lost identity. You are asking a ghost to build a country. So no, I can say it emphatically. If it changes, dig me up from my grave and beat me up. It's not going to happen unless that leader is a visionary who has ever, let me repeat this clear so everybody can hear it. Unless that leader has ever seen a place where a bunch of people with no identity were harvested. When they poured them there and left them there with no identity, they changed the place to look like Singapore. If he knows a place like that, then he can use that. But there's no place like that, Jordan. So if Haitians think that they can continue and hope, now, I'm afraid you use the word hope. No country was ever built on hope. No country was ever built on one day. No, they had a clear vision, a blueprint as to where. That even if the person who started it didn't last long, any kid who comes about, sees the blueprint, he knows where we were going. Haiti is not that. Jamaica is not that. My country is not that. Nigeria is not that. So we are doomed unless we change it completely and go to what I would do an episode called contractor colonization, the only solution for the black world.
So in this video, you're going to talk more about how we can fix.
That's correct.
Yeah, because I actually wanted to tell you, I was going to ask you that, but since you're going to have a video on it, I guess I'll just wait for that video.
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have said this, and I want everyone listening to answer me. The leader who can make Haitians change and make Haiti look like Dubai, he should show me on earth where a bunch of people harvested from their original environment, lost their language, lost their identity, and they were poured somewhere, yet they build the country up. Where is that? Exactly.
Wait, so the Dominican Republic, weren't they both from Africa too?
But I told you what happened to them. Yes.
Yeah.
So, great.
Well, Frank, I have higher hopes than you.
You do, right?
I do believe that our people, especially because we've emigrated so much to all these first world countries, I believe the diaspora of all these countries, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Haitians, Jamaicans, if they come together.
They'll come together now. That's another one. The countries cannot, as you just told me that the northern part of Haiti and the southern part, they are at each other's throat. Today, Haitians are killing each other. They took Kenyans and now Prince Eric to try to see. And you're now going to put them together.
Wait, but when you say northern and southern Haitians, is it violent or is it just words?
I don't know, but I'm saying.
I think it's just words.
I'm saying, as we speak right now.
I don't want to put the gang members into this.
As we speak right now, the Biafrans of Nigeria are trying to break away. South Sudan broke away. The Biafran of Nigeria, the Igbos. Okay, they are spoiling to break away. There's a Yoruba guy who wants Yorubas to break away.
Actually make their own country?
That's correct.
Ethiopia too?
Yes, and you are talking about, you want to Pan-Africa, make the continent one, when the countries can't even succeed on their own. That one, put it aside for the next time. But I've just told you, if what happened to you guys has never happened where the people who live in it with no identity were able to build back, you haven't seen it. Number two, I leave this with you. There is a threshold for which any scientific research have to stop and say no, 25 years. And you have to change course. Haiti is 200 years. You're already dead. I'm just speaking to ghosts. With that?
Yes, Frank.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard it again. This is a beautiful conversation. I really loved it. I've learned a lot from him. And don't forget to subscribe, follow us, distribute, share it, because this conversation, seriously, is where the younger ones are going to listen and pick something from it. And hopefully that leader you were talking about, he said, I listened to Zanu.
Yes.
So, until next week, be safe.